Over 100,000 players banned, a free cosmetic in the shop, and a reward update by the developers themselves. Let's get into it. Sadly, the first thing is there's an old skin in the shop. A little bit of a yikes since it's in the featured section, but there are 2 new skins, however, which do look quite insane. Now, they're not my absolute favorite, but thematically, alongside the Omnic lore, they do look pretty badass, not gonna lie. I mean, here we got everything changed. Roadhog's main gun has changed, his healing has changed, his hook has changed, and it is a legendary themed skin, or a legendary tier skin, no matter how we cut it. If they are gonna charge us the pretty penny, at least we got a good skin for our money. Now, with that being said, I actually like the Junkrat skin more. Personally speaking, I think this one just looks really cool. I feel like, I guess maybe it's the brighter pinks on the Roadhog making it look a little more toy-y, while Junkbot looks very mechanical. I like Junkrat, the name Junkbot, it works all perfectly. I like his dance a little bit more as well, and his gun just looks super cool. And the gun has to be important because it's really what you see. It's the first-person model, and I think it actually looks super solid with a good amount of details. Of course, everything else has changed as well, and this is the dance I was talking about, the robotic. I think it's just more exaggerated a little bit, and it looks more robotic. I feel like Roadhog kind of got too smoothie with it. Now, you also can get a free cosmetic for Earth Day right here. Now, it's just a charm, which is nothing too special, but it's cute. I like it. I actually think it looks really cute, and it's for a good cause, so I like it. I rate it. With that being said, we're going to be reading the developer update when it comes to the defense matrix, the anti-cheat in Overwatch, and how it's banned 100,000 players. Defense matrix driving positivity in Overwatch. So we're back with another update to the defense matrix, our ongoing initiative to bring a fair and friendly experience to Overwatch 2. This season, we like to share our current initiatives, our future goals, and how we can use your help to combat cheating and disruptive behavior in game. And of course, this comes alongside Lifeweaver, but yeah. Since our last update, we've been taking time to better define our goals to deliver on our promise to provide the most fun and fair experience in Overwatch 2. Fair is fun. Our first guidance of principle is fair is fun. It comes to our belief that cheating is never okay in Overwatch 2. Playing with cheaters is frustrating, robbing everyone of a fun and fair match. Our team will never stop working to identify and protect against cheats, and we'd like to share how you can help. Reporting is one of the most effective ways to helping us find players who cheat. When you submit a report, you're shining a spotlight on an issue that could otherwise go undetected. We're constantly working to find and block new hacks and cheats from Overwatch 2, and reporting helps us to faster track down and action players who cheat. And to be honest, yes, I have seen cheaters in Overwatch 2, luckily not in my games, and it has become more minimal, but they are definitely still there. Stopping the hacks. It's our responsibility to address players that use unauthorized hacks or hardware that provide an unfair advantage in game. Since the launch of Overwatch 2, we've penalized over 100,000 accounts worldwide that were found to be using a variety of cheats, including aimbots and wall hacks in most cases. These accounts have been permanently banned. These efforts to stop hacks also include regularly issued ban waves against cheaters, often banning up to 5,000 accounts per week. We also recently issued a significant ban wave targeting popular and widely used hacks. We've also taken steps to directly confront unauthorized hacks and prevent them from ever being used in Overwatch 2. Although these recent steps we've taken to tackle cheating, our efforts to stop cheating is ongoing and evolving. From there, there's teaming up fairly and honestly. Playing in a group is one of the best ways to play Overwatch, and we want to make sure players do so fairly, but stop those who take advantage of grouping up with those who cheat. In a previous update, we shared that we would start issuing account actions to players who were found to be cheating by grouping up or queuing for games with players who are using hacks or other cheating techniques. Since we've implemented this policy, there has been a substantial account actions every single week. We hope this encourages players to play fair and not take advantage of cheating, even if they aren't using the hacks directly. We'll continue to expand this initiative and issue more actions as warranted. Encouraging skill development. It feels great to win games and develop your skills on different heroes, and soon we'll be introducing new ways for you to perfect your skills with your favorite heroes and reward your progress. In the short term, we're doing this by trying out new competitive modes each season. As we look to the future, we're looking for new ways to teach players to develop skills with their favorite heroes. By providing you with ways to develop your skills, we hope we can empower each of you to rely on your own abilities and feel good about your progress as you climb the ladder in competitive play. Now, this one's huge because, one, they just spoke about rewards for heroes specifically once again, so definitely in the works, and two, new competitive modes every season. That is massive. Now, making Overwatch 2 inclusive. While combating cheaters is an important piece of Defense Matrix, another key pillar of the initiative includes our efforts to discourage disruptive behavior in Overwatch 2. To this end, we've made our second commitment and a guiding principle: foster Overwatch 2 to be a safe and inclusive social experience. This includes implementing systems that detect and disencourage and prevent disruptive behavior, while also encouraging players to be friendly and positive with their team and opponents in every match. There's also been a voice chat update. Shortly after the launch, we began using machine learning algorithms to transcribe and identify disruptive voice chat in-game. These efforts continue to be successful not only in identifying disruptive chats, but encouraging players who are actioned against to change their behavior for the better. In many cases, players don't realize how they communicate to their teammates and can be extremely disruptive and immediately correct their behavior upon receiving a single warning. Preventing disruptive behavior. While responding to and correcting disruptive behavior is important, we also want to work to prevent players from finding new ways to be disruptive. With Lifeweaver entering competitive play next week, we'd like to remind you that using abilities to intentionally disrupt your teammates is never okay. We've already taken key steps to prevent Lifeweaver's life group from effectively pulling allies into pitfalls, and will be keeping a close eye to make sure any of his abilities are not used to grief allies. If you encounter anyone using any hero's abilities to deliberately disrupt your game, you should report them as soon as possible. However, Lifeweaver is the latest hero to join Overwatch 2's roster, and many players are still learning his kit, especially in a competitive environment. Making mistakes isn't the same as intentionally sabotaging a teammate, and we hope that everyone is patient and kind as Lifeweaver continues to grow among our community. That is hilarious. There are also future steps in the works to prevent disruptive behavior. In our last update, we introduced client-side streamer protection features to make it difficult for players to use content creators' live stream to attempt to sabotage their game. This was a good first step, but we acknowledge there's more to be done. Positive play for the win. Finally, we can't control how each of you communicate with each other. We can tell you that it matters when it comes to performing well in your games. Our data shows that players rarely win when they start to attack their teammates. We can understand the frustration when a teammate may not perform well or play a hero that isn't effectively contributing to the match. While it's always a good idea to encourage ideas and strategize with your teammates, it's not effective to put them down. The only consistent factor in every match you play will always be yourself. So always remember to think about how you can positively contribute to the match, discovering ways to turn disadvantages into game-winning strategies. It may not necessarily work every match, but you'll always have something to gain when you do. And this one is obviously true. Discouraging your teammates will just harm them mentally, and it makes no sense. You're going to take the fat L by doing so. There's also the part where it says your reporting matters. We want to close this update with another reminder to encourage you to report. We also want to acknowledge that there was a bug that impacted a portion of our community from receiving notifications when a report they filed led to a corrective action for a disruptive player. We've since fixed this bug, and you should receive a notification when your reports result in disciplinary actions, even if it hasn't been fully notified to the players you reported. Your report may have contributed to an action that helps us better understand when new disruptive behaviors emerge in Overwatch 2. And in case that doesn't make sense, basically, if you reported someone and never got a notification, it does not mean Blizzard didn't deal with them. There was a bug that was stopping you from getting a notification, and I'll be honest, there has seemed to be a lot of bugs in that sense, but it's been fixed. It's now easier than ever to file a report. Just identify from the 4 major categories, then choose a specific reason for that report, and you can still provide additional information when it helps us identify problems and disruptive players as well. We'll have more to share as we continue to push for more positive player experiences in Overwatch 2. This is a never-ending goal, and we'll continue to work to develop our systems, rules, and gameplay to foster a safe, fair, and fun experience. Thanks to all of you who help us make Overwatch 2 a welcoming place for everyone to play together.